All right, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, let's get into the TA. All right, guys. So I'm actually going to start things off right here with this. All right, so put the call ratio for yesterday was at 50. Now we're just going to put some dots together here. Okay, we're going to review the daily time frame here on QQQ. All right, so March 10th. Actually, we'll start with this. All right, March 3rd, you had a low rating right there. You had a 0.59. All right, so now we're going to come over here. All right, and where was March 3rd? All right, March 3rd was right here. The next day, you spiked up. You ended up hitting the top of that trend line, or the top trend line of this broadening, ascending, this descending broadening wedge. And then you end up, you had this leg down, all right? And you end up, and I say leg down because you did make a new low there. I don't think that's going to be happening this time around, but I could be wrong. I've been wrong about things in the past, and all I do here is literally just bring the charts to you guys, provide you guys with probabilities, and yeah, that's what we do. If you guys do enjoy the content here on the channel, if you guys make money off it, you're entertained from it, or yeah, hey, leave a like, guys. Boost the channel, pump the stock, and yeah, I very much so appreciate that so much. All right, but yeah, that was literally the day before you had the peak over there. All right, and by the way, this data over here on Y charts, that we would have gotten that day's data this day. All right, so you would have known that, like, hey, you shouldn't be. Well, actually, I'm also going to say right now, we can put this gap fill back on the chart. You literally went right up to the 303.15 gap fill, and that is exactly where you got rejected. And then you come over here to SPY, and you just missed it by, what is this? Our high of day was 407.45, 408.14. So you missed it by 60, 70 cents right there. And yeah, what do we always remind you guys here on the channel? Hey, 80% chance of reversal at gap fills. All right, when you see gap fills, that's when the people who are making money, they're gonna start taking the profits. They're gonna run for the doors, and guess what? The people the FOMO crowd, the people who want to jump in on well, not even the FOMO crowd, just the people who want to jump in on the next trade. There you go. They're going to be the ones rushing in the door. And that is exactly what we had here. You're coming up all the way from down here. We bounced off the 200 in May over here. We literally hit a low of 392, and you bounced all the way up to 407. That's a rather massive move right there. Actually, I'm going to shout out the Patreon right now. If you guys would like consistently high probability trade setups and a community to trade them with, and you just want to know what I'm doing, hey, go check out the Patreons, $39.99 a month. We are consistently nailing it. And yes, guys, we will be trading in the zone. That is what that is my goal over there. And just a little update on our Walmart thing. I told you guys, hey, profits were taken. Well, did I tell you guys profits were taken yesterday? I'm not sure, but I took 2/3 off the table right there yesterday. And this is why, guys, this is why when the market is going to give us something, we're going to take it, okay? This is why the targets are there in each and every trade plan, all right? This was target number 1. Guess what, guys? We literally came up and tapped that target. It was likely that that's where you're going to see sellers in. The reason I have my targets is because that is where I expect the opposing side to come in, all right? So that is exactly what we had going on here. I'm waiting to add these back. I'm not sure. Well, you know what? You guys can go check out the Patreon to see where I will be adding these back. All right, and there we go. All right, so coming over here to SPY, all right, we still have to look at this, all right? So I showed you March 3rd. Well, guess what? Now we had this spike, 111 over here, all right, March 10th. Well, guess what, guys? All right, we're going to look at this. Where was March 10th? March 10th was right here, the day before of the bottom, guys, the bottom. All right, the bottom. All right, and now you're getting another one of these, you're getting one of these massive dips here, which suggests that people are loading up on calls, all right? So, and this is not just for SPY. This is for, this is for everything. All right, CBOE. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, this is definitely something to be weary about when everyone is pumping right into FOMC. And I'm just going to tell you right now, I am not participating in this right now. Okay, I am waiting on a trade to come to us, a put setup, and that is about it. All right, that is the only thing I'm waiting on. I don't want to jump the gun on anything, but yeah, let's get into the charts, all right? Because we went over this. You guys see this is at 37, all right? So what I'm getting at right here is that we have room to come down now, all right? And everyone's not absolute panic mode. The market's not going to die. Everyone thinks like, hey, well, not everyone thinks. The central banks literally did all just coordinate a plan to come together and help pretty much save the world, guys. All right. If you watched Jay Bravo's video yesterday, which I don't know if you guys do watch that, but I enjoyed Jay Bravo. Just, I'm not going to say he's definitely going to try and put fear in you. That's literally what he does. But he is the guy. He's just like me, Kevin. He comes and brings you the stuff that's going on behind the scenes. So I guess it's not like me, Kevin. Me, Kevin brings you everything that's going on. Whereas Jay Bravo, he brings you the stuff that's going on behind the scenes. Here on this channel, we do a little bit of both, and we mainly cover the charts because at the end of the day, the charts will predict the news the vast majority of the time. We're going to say the vast majority of the time because you know what? Maybe, just maybe, the charts will not predict the news one of these times. I don't know. All right. But so far, guys, yeah, the charts predicted that the banks are going to be stepping in. I had no idea that was going to come in, just like when I called out the last trade idea, like the put, well, not the last one. We've had like literally 3 over the last few days did very well. But when I called out this put setup over here on the QQ put setup on the gap fill over here, this like literally was hang on, I just had a complete brain fart. I have no idea what I was about to say. I'm gonna be completely straight up with you guys. I was going somewhere with that, and then it left me as I was saying it, and I'm not gonna cap with you guys. I have no idea what I was just saying. This is just one of these brain farts. If you're not new to the channel, you know your boy gets these things, all right? I think they're normal. I think individuals with ADHD probably are more susceptible to these quote-unquote brain farts, but yeah, your boy gets them sometimes, and they might be in these videos. All right, so let's get into the charts. All right, you guys know that, hey, everyone doesn't think that you know, everything's gonna die. Oh, that's what I was gonna say, guys. I got into the put trade on QQQ because of the charts. And guess what? Now we know that, you know, the banking crisis started. I had no idea that was going to take place. And this is all I'm saying when I say the charts predict the news. I follow the charts. There's no reason to listen to the news and become continuously tricked. All right, something I'm gonna start off here with is the well, obviously we're gonna start off with the daily charts, but what I'm gonna start off with on the daily charts is QQ has a fat bearish divergence forming right here on the CCI, but any move upward is really going to nullify that bad boy right there. But what I will point out before we get into it later, all right, we do have this bearish divergence going on the RSI, and you have a bearish divergence going on the CCI. Now we hop over to SPY, and we actually have the same exact thing. All right, but before we get into the lower time frames, let's finish off with the daily time frames. All right, which actually, before we go over the daily time frames, I'm just going to remind everyone, hey, there you go. All right, there. Oh, hey, there you go. Oh, wait. Hey. There you go. There you go. All right, look at that big fat low right there. Right, I'm just saying, guys, like everyone is like a market crash can happen, but you see what's happened with the VIX. I was trying to tell everyone, like, hey, these wicks are literally showing me that people are they're getting played, guys. They're literally selling these rips here. And all they're doing is they're taking profits on their puts. They wouldn't be taking profits on the puts if they knew the system was about to collapse. All right, I'm just saying, once this thing goes, it's kind of screwed. All right, it's kind of screwed. So they're probably just going to keep pushing this as far as possible because, guys, when it comes, it's going to be an actual crash. And you're going to see VIX do that. All right, it's not going to be what we're seeing right now on the indices where you're just going back and forth. It's not going to be like this, in my personal opinion. I could be completely wrong. All right, but guess what? We have none of this going on, and we just had a banking fiasco go on. I'm just saying, does not make sense to me. And what do we do here? We connect the dots. All right. So speaking of connecting the dots, we come over here to SPY. All right. So QQ, obviously, you got the bearish divergence going on your CCI up here. But your RSI has not hit 30, which is why, like, I do think you get this pullback. All right. But I think you carry on higher. All right. We already had Apple come up and I think tap that target. Yeah. So we had Apple tap our target. I know people were using this one. They had this one right here. But I mean, listen, guys, I just literally use the patternsite.com, and like I don't like I'm just saying, this was also in my opinion, at least if you're going off of that, I'm pretty sure that was a valid chart pattern as well, and that's what I used for this. Nevertheless, we did end up getting the breakout yesterday on that one, but this is what, guys, I mean, I do what I do because I've seen this is what works for me, I guess, and like just works in general. I'm a man of proof of concept, so if something's not working, I really don't want anything to do with it. But yeah, all right, you know what? I don't know why I went on about that. My neckline was correct. That's all I wanted to say. All right, that's all I wanted to say. All right, so guys, we have a, I think we have a shooting star candlestick here on, we have that on SPX. We have this might be a spinning top here on QQQ, or not QQ, on SPY. On QQQ, we might actually have a hangman candlestick. I'm not sure if that wick is long enough, though, on the bottom. Not sure though. And then I do believe this is also a shooting star over here on IWM. All bearish candlesticks except the hangman candlestick. I often hear people on the interweb saying that is a bearish reversal candlestick formation. Yes, all right, like maybe it's seen that way, but if you just go on the patternsite.com, it actually is bullish continuation more often than not, but I do believe it's like 59%, so it's pretty random there, so it doesn't really matter. All right, all I'm getting at is that we have some bearish looking candlesticks, and we left gaps open on every single index. All right, so if every index has a gap left open, and you're getting these candlesticks, and you're getting this happening on QQ, I'm going to connect the dots to say we probably end up cooling off, but we do have FOMC tomorrow, and we do look at structure here on the channel, and like trend, and I did point out that we did end up making that higher low yesterday, so I was looking for a higher high. So guess what we got, guys? And I highly recommend going to follow along with the Weeble updates. If you're going to be following along with the stuff here, you might as well just like go follow along with those, so at the end of the night when I have all of the data, then I can give you all of the data instead of you just using a like, hey, I make these videos at 2 to 3 o'clock and there's a whole hour missing there, and then you got after hours going on. So if you do want all of the data, there you go. All right, and my projection was that we would end up making a higher high here because hey, there you go, you got a trend change. Okay, if for those who weren't here with us as we've been going through this, all right, you have that, you have low, you have lower high, lower low. All right, same high. So now it's on the table. All right, like, you know, maybe we go to the upside. Oh, no, you made that lower low. Okay, you make a lower high. All right, you come down, you made your low low. All right, you're over here, lower high. All right, over here, same low. Well, actually, you made a higher low, but excluding all these wicks, same low. All right, come up here, higher low. All right, so now we're looking for the higher low. That's why I was expecting the higher low to come yesterday. And guess what? What did we get? We got the higher low. All right, and then we popped up, and now we got the higher high. So now we have the oscillators, the 4-hour and the 1-hour oscillators looking the way they do. I really would not be surprised, guys, to see this pullback, but I'm also going to say we're continuously getting these higher highs and higher lows. Like, if we get that pullback, I'm definitely going to be looking for the higher low there, and that is when I'm likely going to be adding back some calls. And those will be April 21st expiration. Obviously, if you just want these without me calling them out from time to time here on the channel, Patreon, all right? You also get a community of traders. So that is honestly, yeah, that is one of the best factors there. But holy crap, guys, we have been killing it. And I'm just going to say, guys, I am committed to trading in the zone. And I think we are trading in the zone. All right, I'm going through that book right now, or the audiobook. I started it, and yeah, honestly, this is kind of how I've been feeling since I started this Patreon, and I'm really glad someone shared Mark Douglas, because now I'm not going to say guarantee success because there's no guarantees, but now I see, holy crap, I got there on my own, pretty much like him saying like, hey, this is actually the only way someone succeeds in the end anyway. Like, every single person will continuously blow up their accounts unless you eventually get there. And the one common theme with all of these professional traders in the end is they've all lost fortunes, what they considered fortunes. I've gone through those cycles so freaking much. And yeah, doing what we're doing on the Patreon, this is literally like, I designed this thing to have no backlash on me. So pretty much a noob can step in and be like, hey, all right, like, you have a plan. You have a plan to trade. This is exactly what I'm doing. You don't have any excuse to lose here. That's what I'm getting at. All right, well, now I know. I actually set things up perfectly, exactly how Mark Douglas would like things. All right, so now I'm confirming that. So yeah, honestly, guys, your boy is hyped. That's all I'm getting at. I'm sorry. It's not, I can't even, it's not a rant or anything. I'm hyped. All right. And the content here on the channel will guaranteed be improving from this. All right. I am rather excited. But yeah, over here, guys, I mean, you got the higher high and you come over here to the 4-hour time frame. SPY and QQQ both have these. We come over here to IWM and DIA to see if they can give us any confirmation here. We have a bearish divergence going on the CCI of DIA, which we actually also have one on the RSI, but it does look like it'll trick back up. But like I said, you have all these gap fills. So I'm just going to say, you're probably going to come down and fill these gaps. And if you rally into FOMC tomorrow, then I assume FOMC, you're going to have the knee-jerk reaction or the actual rejection come back and fill these gaps. I don't think they're going to be left open. But then again, like we could like literally just see them put in a top here with FOMC. Like what if we squeeze up here and here by the end of the day, and then you somehow, not saying you do that, but like look at this. You had a plus $10 day here. This was on the Qs. All right, that was following a $6 day right there. This was your FOMC day. This was the next day. You gapped up like that. Plus 3.59%, guys. Holy, whoa, crazy, crazy. All right, but yeah, I still think QQ is going to end up coming up to the target, guys. I don't put these targets on the board unless I think they will be filled. And if QQ does end up coming up to that target, SPY should be coming up to 400. That is personally where I am looking for rejection. All right, I do think sellers are going to be lurking there. All right, we have 3 points of resistance here. We have the trend line, we have this resistance zone, which actually can be seen on the 4-hour time frame. This is where your sellers ended up stepping in there. So you have your resistance zone, or we can call it supply zone. Okay, you have supply, you have trend line resistance, and you also have this fat 50 MA right there. All right, so the 50 MA is currently at 431. So I'm just saying there's a solid shot that you do end up coming down into that. And let's actually add, so we got the golden pocket for this whole decline right there. But what would be if we're just going to retrace this move right here? Where are we going to stop? Oh, another one, another point of resistance right there around 400. Holy sweet baby Jesus. All right, I love charts, guys. I love them so much. I hope you guys love charts as much as I love charts, guys. I think this is the only love that someone, except like the love for business, obviously. But like, yeah, I think this is one of the only passions someone can really, you know, endure and or pursue. And it's a one-way ticket to like, hey, year after year, you will strengthen that skill set, which means you bring more money and keep more money. That's, I don't know, guys. I love the game, guys. I love the game. But yeah, I mean, IWM, guys, it did end up forming that bullish divergence we called out. And then I also called out RTY. I'm just saying, we can end up coming back down off of FOMC. I'm not going to say we can't do that. But I still do believe we are right at a long-term bottom. Or I'm not going to say a long-term bottom. That came off wrong. A midterm bottom. It's a tradable bottom. That is what I'm getting at. But I will also say right here, it could very well be just like what happened over here, where you rip up and then boom, you come down for that new low. All right. Or where was that bullish divergence for? Right here. Okay. It could very well be right here. You hit your low right there. No, actually, never mind. Once the bullish divergence was in, it was in. All right. And it's in right now. I mean, we don't have any other times where we've done this bear market. So, I mean, I'm just gonna, yeah, I'm gonna stick with my guns here, guys. I'm gonna stick with my guns here. But, oh, this is what I was trying to find right here. It could be exactly like this. This candlestick right here, this could be FOMC, guys. This could be exactly what happens with FOMC. Look, does it not look extremely similar to what we had right here? All right, let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 candlesticks. Did I count that right? 4, yeah, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we'll have 7. Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, guys, it is extremely similar to what we got going on right here. You form this. Oh no, it wasn't a bullish divergence, but you did make the higher high on the RSI like you did over here. You popped up and you came back down. All right, so I'm just saying, what if FOMC does do what it did over here, gives us our peak, we come back down for a slightly newer low, and there we go. All right, that forms another bullish divergence on the RSI. And then you'll have a triple bullish divergence as long as this low right here. No, I guess we'll use RTY. We'll reference RTY, all right? As long as this low and the RSI over here holds, all right? That is what I'm going to be looking for, guys. That is what I'm expecting. I'm going to show you guys one more time. I'm just saying it makes no sense that we're about to fall off a cliff here with that doing that. That does not happen once this bear market. Not once. Like we can have some more downside here, but it's not going to be much, all right? And, like, it makes perfect sense, guys. DIA is literally holding its trend line, its bull flag, its... All right, it didn't hold the 200 MA, but you got this bad boy over here. SPY did come back and close above the 200 MA, and just like when you close under the 200 MA, you had the sell algos. I'm just saying, this is something that the bulls want to be looking like. This is what they want, all right? You do not want to just literally be faced with rejection here because, like, hey, all right, then I would have to say, yeah, all right. If you didn't reclaim this 200 MA, guys, like, I mean, this is a mean gap up, guys. You had a mean gap up. It kind of sets you up perfectly. Come back and test the 200 MA. Boom, buyers show their strength there. Boom, you're off to the races. Yeah, guys, I guess I'll end the video there. I don't have a projection for FOMC. I do not. I am showing you guys the charts. We do have the 4-hour bearish divergence on SPY and QQQ. If you push up to 400 on SPY and you hold this bearish divergence there, I promise you I'm going short. I promise there will be a bearish trade idea in there. That's just where I think sellers are going to step in. And hey, guys, all right. Like, yeah, that's also the psych level that, hey, maybe that buyer is going to push you up and maybe you get an explosion of buyers, all right? But I think it's much more likely that we get rejection there considering the setup we're rocking with right now. And SPY is making its way up here. Like, you could look at IWM as well. It's not still down here. I mean, it still can just dance around here like it did over here. But yeah, I mean, all of them are making their ways on these oscillators, especially, I mean, obviously QQ has a lot of room to fall here, but SPY, that is what I really am paying attention to today. But yeah, guys, all right, I do think we pull back to these gap fills. I don't know when those will happen. Those are my thoughts, all right? You guys know what I am thinking for, like, hey, rate hikes, all right? We have the 50 BP hike. Oh, market dies, all right? You got the 25 BP hike. The market might die initially, and then boom, it might rally because people start connecting dots. Oh, they're not pausing. All right. And there you go. They're not worried about the Fed, not the Fed, the whole banking crisis that's going on right now. Which I actually saw something yesterday saying more banks ended up failing. I don't know if that's true, though. I think it was on Twitter. But yeah, guys. All right. And then you get the rate pause. That explosive rally right off the bat, but that and the rate cut would likely signal to the rest of the market. The rate pause would signal to the market likely down the line. All right. I don't know how much you rally before that happens. It could be months. Probably it's not going to be months until you're going to have cycles, guys. We're still in this bear market, but you could, I don't know. Or, well, I'm not going to say I don't know. All right. I clearly don't know. I'm going to be updating you guys here with the charts as we go. But even when you started exploding higher, you still got these pullbacks. Like you could see right here on your RSI when it hit 30. That's when you had a major pullback. So these are still things that we are going to be looking at, even when they do introduce QE to infinity, and we just see the stock market go straight up. All right, technicals will still be at play. So I will be here for you. With that being said, if you guys did enjoy the content, if you guys made money off this content, if you guys found value in this content, please support the channel with a like. If you guys do want the Patreon, it's there for $39.99 a month. Love to have you in the community. With that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.